Oh, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I inherited an economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years.
Oh, my God. The man can't count. 15 million jobs? No. How about 4 million new jobs? The other were the COVID jobs that people came back to work. But we'll get into that in a moment. We got our job numbers today. That's right. 275,000 jobs. Now, they revised down our January jobs from 352,000 to 229,000. That's not a revision. That's putting it on the chopping block. What are you, nuts? Think about that. 352,000 to 229? Oops, gee, we made a little mistake. They're getting brazen, very brazen, okay, now that we're going into the election cycle. That's insane. That's not a little revision. In fact, you want to know what's interesting? The Philly Fed, and nobody talks about it. The Philly Fed, this is the Philly Federal Reserve. They complained about the job numbers. They pointed out in January 2023, the most egregious job lie of all. Nobody carried it. Nobody. Not even Fox. So on January 2023, they pointed out the job lies. And they said the most egregious job lie took place in the second quarter that ended June 2022. The BLS, working with Jared Bernstein, you know who he is. He was Biden's economic advisor as vice president, and now he's economic advisor as president. He's his lapdog. Working with the BLS, they came out and said, we created 1.1 million jobs. Second quarter, June 2022. According to the Philly Fed, they said, no. No, you didn't. That's a lie. They're getting carried away. They're getting too aggressive. They pointed it out. They didn't create 1,121,000 jobs, 1,121,000 jobs. They lost. They lost in that second quarter. 121,000 jobs, not a plus, 1.1 million, but a loss of 121,000 jobs. But again, when you nuts, nobody even carried it. Nobody even talked about it. This is crazy. Now, in 2023, the Biden administration, the BLS, for 11 straight months, working with who? Jared Bernstein, 11 straight months, kept rigging the numbers through revisions. They keep revising them. So they come out with a big number like they did in January, 352,000. Nobody pays attention to the 229. Everybody yawns. But at 352, the headlines are all over the place. Big numbers. Biden, 352,000 jobs. This is historic. All over TV, every magazine, every newspaper in the world. Look what he did. But not one bit of ink on the fake 1,121,000 jobs. Oh, they weren't going to go after him for that. No. He's our boy. So we can't trust anything that comes out of Washington. That's what I said to my members. I said, the only thing that we can trust now is the flow of money when you're investing. Where is the money going? For example, we're seeing the volume getting lighter and lighter and lighter as the PE ratios of these stocks are getting insane, 50 times, 35 times. We've never seen this before. But what we're seeing is the volume getting lighter and lighter. We're supposed to get on the S&P a minimum about 77 million a day in volume. We're seeing days 48 million, 52 million. Why? Because the big institutions, the smart money, they're not going to overpay for these stocks. These stocks have gone nuts. And this is exactly what happened right before the dot-com crash. But again, they're back again today doing revisions. In November, they stopped 2023. It started to get hot. People started to point it out. So they stopped. So when December came, everybody was waiting for a revision. There wasn't any. So we said, good, finally they're going to go straight. Straight, not with a cut from 352 to 229,000 today. You got to be insane. Unbelievable. Just crazy. Well, we're in an election cycle. This is what happens in all election cycles. So, but like all revisions, remember, they happen quietly, like in the back alley or a back room, a smoke-filled room, very quietly. Nobody talks about them. And that's what creates the illusion that the labor market is much stronger than it is. And that's what they've been creating, an illusion. And they've been getting away with it. Well, I don't know if anybody spotted, I'm sure you did spot what I spotted last night. If it was ever true, where they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, it was no truer last night when the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, his his facial expressions every time Biden came up with a whopper of a lie. I mean, he couldn't hold it back. I just wish he was man enough. I just wish he had a set on him where he would stop the president and say, wait a minute, come on, Mr. President. You didn't create 15 million jobs, for heaven's sakes. Don't you know the difference between creating a job and getting a job back? You don't know the difference? I mean, he should have said something, but he didn't. But it was funny watching. He was cringing. He was cringing. So it really, I thought it just told the lie. Well, the one lie that he was cringing at, let's see if I got it, was here. Listen to this. This was a lie right here. A huge lie. And the expressions, Mike Johnson's face was just beautiful.
Republicans can cut Social Security and give more tax breaks to the wealthy. That's the proposal.
What a lie. What a lie. He said, first he lies about the 15 million jobs. Then he lies about Social Security. It's just a pure lie. Nobody in the Republican Party is trying to cut Social Security. Who would do that? Even if you wanted to, no politician would even raise taxes. Never mind cutting Social Security. You want to get fired by your voters? Try that. See what happens. That was one hell of a lie. But last night was interesting because it was reminiscent of what Obama was trying to sell. Remember when he was trying to sell the Affordable Care Act? Remember that? The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. The Affordable Care Act. The problem, he was trying to sell the Affordable Care Act when there was nothing affordable about the act. Nothing was affordable. In fact, the architect, his pal, his architect who was putting the Obamacare together, the Affordable Care Act together, his models were showing that premiums would be more than doubling. And what did they do? I'll talk about that when I get back. And we'll talk more about the market.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone, learn off of them, one-on-one. Now that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's Gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro. Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Republicans can cut Social Security and give more tax breaks to the wealthy. That's the proposal.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? How does he look into the camera, look out at the audience? They all know he's lying. Not one time has any Republican, any Democrat ever say, but Republicans, hey, we're going to cut Social Security. He just like with his kid, he tells us, I never talked to my son ever about his business. Even when I'm sitting in the plane, sometimes as long as 22 hours going around the world, I never asked him, hey, son, how's your business? And he expects us to believe that. You know, it's really interesting. What Obama and Biden have in common, Obama, remember, he was trying to sell a lie. He was trying to sell a lie. Obamacare was a big lie. Remember, he kept saying the only way they could pass this, they had a hope. The architect, I guess his name was Gruber, and Pelosi, and they were holding their breath, the three of them, Obama, Gruber, and Pelosi. The only way they could get that Obamacare passed is if they made sure that no one found out what the cost was. And do you remember she said she will never, to pass this bill, to find out what's in it, you got to pass it. I think we have that cut.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Now think about that when she said that. And anybody with a brain would say, wait, what's this? What do you do? We got to pass it to see what's in it? And our congressman went along with it. Why would we, if you don't want to show me what's in that bill, an Obamacare bill, something must be really wrong. And there was something very wrong. The premiums were going to double between 130% and 200%. And they did that. They did double. And what he was banking on is what Biden was banking on last night. Play the cut. The stupidity.
Call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to getting the thing to pass.
Think about what they said. Obama and the architect and Pelosi were betting. They said, thank God the American people are stupid or we never got this through. Don't you think last night when Biden comes out and says the Republicans are going to cut your Social Security again? He thinks the American people are stupid to say something like that. What an insult. American people aren't stupid. They're distracted. When you're taking almost 20 to 25% of your income for food put on the table, yeah, you're distracted. When you look at the jobs today, all those jobs, over 50-some-odd thousand were government jobs. The rest of the jobs are all terrible bartending, waitress, service jobs. And then the jobs we needed, manufacturing, were horrible. But most of the jobs are all social jobs. But they think we're stupid. And people aren't stupid. People are suffering. People, just inflation's terrible for them. And they got 2 jobs, 3 jobs. They're not stupid. They just don't have time to sit there and listen to this crap and listen to the lies. And it just, hopefully people like me and other people who are on the air can get it across. The stock market is specifically, the stock market, people have no idea what's going on in the market. Every day the market goes higher. The same stocks are going higher every day. And people don't get it. They don't know what's going to happen. There's no way it ends well. But in the meantime, look at the money we're making. If you're in these best stocks, if you're in this is a whole momentum play in the stock market. It's all momentum. Everybody's chasing everybody. But if you know what you're doing, you're making a lot of money during this momentum play before the market goes down 60, 70%. And if anyone says, no, the market's never going down again, okay, great. Fine. Hope not. We'll just keep on going. Matter of fact, everybody should sell their car, their house, their jewelry. Live in your car. Live in your car for a year. And just buy NVIDIA and live in your car. At the end of 1 year, you can go buy a house on the ocean. You can buy probably a $20 million home. You're going to be so rich with NVIDIA. NVIDIA went up 4,000%. 4,000% since 2013 or 14. 4,000%. And people still sit there buying it today thinking, oh, it's just going to go higher. It'll never come down again. Like Bitcoin. Look, when you're investing in stocks or you're investing in Bitcoin, you never take that thought in your mind. You get that out of your mind. The stock will never come down. And for people who just put money in and don't do anything, don't manage it, they just think every day their stocks are going to go. And then once they go to work, they open up their computer, see, oh, what's the stock up today? And that's all they do. They just see, oh, where's it today? Let me see. Oh, let me open my computer. Let me see where's NVIDIA today. Oh, where's Meta today? Oh. Then they go on. And then at noontime, one time, and when they always check noontime what their stocks are doing, they're going to open up their computer. Let me see what NVIDIA is doing. Oh, my God. I just lost $30,000. What happened? And not one of them ever thought to watch the volume of the stock on a daily basis. Not one of them ever thought, you know what I better start doing with my NVIDIA or Meta, the 2 stocks that everybody buys? Why don't you check? First of all, I'll bet you 99% of the people own NVIDIA and 99% of people own Meta. They don't even know what the average volume of those stocks are. They don't even know at 10:35 what should that volume be. Every day at 10:35, they should know what the average volume is, and is that half of what it's going to be at the end of the day? Are they going to hit their goal at the end of the day? Is it going to be 35% of their average daily volume? If it's not, if it's 15%, you better do something. You better start taking some shares off. You better start putting a stop in. Or maybe you should hedge it with a short. But people don't do that. They'll sit in a video and think, oh, it's just going to go up forever. And that's why guys like here at Phil's Gang, we make money because we'll short that. We'll short it. Remember, you make money with stocks going up, but you make fortunes with stocks going down. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Very strong labor market.
The very strong labor market.
The employment rate is still one of the lowest we've had in history.
That would point to the labor market.
Given how strong the job market was.
The labor market is now extremely strong.
Resilient, strong labor market.
We have a strong labor market.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
God, you notice how they all get together and say the same thing. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. We don't have a strong labor market. We've got a terrible labor market. You can't have a strong labor market. When Biden is disincentivizing full-time work. Matter of fact, remember during COVID, he disincentivized working altogether. He's at it again. He's supporting his base, his liberal socialists in California, the California Democrats. He's supporting them with a new proposal. They're proposing this legislation that would grant illegal immigrants. They can go buy a home. They don't need any down payment. Zero payments. Can you imagine that? Zero down, zero payment home loans. And you can't be working full-time in order to qualify. Wait a minute. Hold on. Am I missing something? I thought every time I bought a house, they want to see all my numbers. They want to see how many hours I worked. I had to prove I was working full-time. So Biden now is setting it up so the immigrants come across the border illegal. They can now they can get a home with no down payment. No down payment. And the interest is going to be at zero. If you're a vet, you can't get that. No. If you're a veteran, you can't get that. If you lost your legs and your arms, no, you can't get that. No, you're a vet. If you're a homeless vet, you can't get that. You got to be from somewhere in Guatemala or somewhere and run over here. You can get anything you want. So this is what he's proposing. Are you kidding me? But the caveat, are you working full-time, sir? Oh, you cannot have this house. I'm sorry. You're working full-time? Oh, no. You don't qualify for a home. No, I'm sorry. If you want zero interest rates, zero payments, you can't have a full-time job. No. Well, here's the phone. Why don't you call your boss and tell him you quit, and I'll give you the loan. This is what we're coming to. This is Joe Biden. What are you, nuts? You can't have a strong labor market. You say how do you have a strong labor market when under Biden, 20% of a person's income is going to food, putting food on the table, 20%. Nothing left for savings under Joe Biden, who sat there and lied all night long. And Mike Johnson, I'm upset with Mike. He's the speaker. Why didn't he just grow a set last night for a moment, for a split second? Said, excuse me, Mr. President, I'm sorry. Don't you know the difference between jobs recovered and jobs created? Can I help you here? Because they're not the same. You created 4 million. You recovered $11 million. You know the difference? Hey, Camellia, help him out. And she'd go, oh, shut up. Unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, here's another genius. Here's another one. Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters. You talk about a chandelier with no light bulbs. Oh, my God. She's dumber than a bag of rocks. So, this Maxine Waters starts blaming you, the home buyer, for inflation. The home buyer. She's saying here, we got to do something. These home buyers are causing all this inflation in this country. Is she that stupid? The answer is yes, she is. She's that ignorant. She's that stupid. To blame home prices on the consumer for our inflation problem? When it's her and the other people in Congress, they're causing the inflation. It's them. Because they keep spending more than the tax revenue they bring in. They're causing deficits. Deficits do not cause inflation either. It's the printing of money that you got to pay the deficit. You got to pay the deficit down. So we don't have any money. So we have to print money to pay the deficit down. So it's not the deficit. That doesn't cause the inflation. Or the home buyer, the demand, that doesn't cause inflation. What causes inflation, the Congress spends too much money, more than they take in. More than they take in. Isn't that something? Oh, but remember, all these illegals, after they stab somebody on the subway, they go apply for a loan. Imagine sitting in front of the banker, they're sharpening their knife. Oh, I just stabbed 2 guys. Can I get this house? I don't have a full time. Oh, you qualify. I'm too busy working, strangling, and stabbing people in the subway. Is that all right? Yeah, sure. You can't have a strong labor market when you have debt and deficits. There's too many consequences with debt and deficits. Now remember, debt and deficits don't cause the inflation. It's all the money printing to pay these things down. Now remember, the consequences of inflation is it reduces the purchasing power of every dollar in our wallet. Our interest rates go up because of the purchasing power of our dollar going down. Interest rates go up. Our personal income goes down because of inflation. Inflation pushes up our deficits. Deficits don't cause inflation. Inflation pushes up deficit. And you know Biden doesn't know anything I'm talking about. Deficits reduces our standard of living. You know how long since 2021, since this guy got in office, our standard of living has tanked. Our productivity has been reduced. Our factories are producing almost nothing. Our trade deficits are increasing. You can't have a strong labor market. They keep saying we got this strong labor market. Play that again. Play these parrots again. Strong labor market.
Very strong labor market.
The very strong labor market.
The employment rate is still
shut
one
it
of the
down.
lowest.
Shut it. I can't stand it. I don't have any ear sickness bags left. I used them all up watching last night Biden speak with all his lies. Look, you can't have a strong labor market when 20% of a person's income is going to food. When personal bankruptcies are increasing at 17%, at a rate of 17%. You can't have a strong labor market. They're lying to us when they say there are. You can't have a strong labor market when businesses, bankruptcies in 2023 increased 35%. You can't have a strong labor market because when businesses are increasing their bankruptcies, they're laying people off. These people are just born liars. Oh, and they tell us how the economy's doing great. The economy's doing wonderful. You can't have an economy doing wonderful when savings are dropping. Savings they hit a record of 32%. 32% during COVID. You know what they are today? 4.2%. 190 billion. No more 2.2 trillion. We're down 190 billion. Credit cards. Delinquencies up 50%. Up 50%. Almost 50% of people who hold credit cards they're just making minimum payment. They're sitting there paying 22% interest. So every $100 they owe, they're paying 22. What are you, nuts? And they're telling us we got a good economy? That's what Joe Biden's telling us yesterday at the State of the Union? You can't have a strong labor market when interest costs on business went from $2 million a year to $12 million. How'd that happen? Well, remember, for 14, 15 years, Biden has the Federal Reserve has been keeping interest rates at zero. I'll talk more about that when we get back. And stocks. Join my gang. Join my gang. Free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my Patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, But Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
We expect inflation to come down, the economy to keep growing, the labor market to remain strong. And if that's the case, it will be appropriate for interest rates to come down, significantly over the coming years.
That's a lie. He's been lying to us about interest rates coming down. Let me tell you something. The way they keep this market rallying, this momentum market, which is a dangerous market, momentum market, he keeps rallying by saying, we're going to cut rates, we're going to cut rates, we're going to cut rates. That's a bold-faced lie. He can't cut rates, and he knows it because, remember, when you have QE, now we're into QT, tightening. When you have QE and you print all that money and you go into the banks and you buy from them their subprime mortgages, their mortgage-backed securities, their treasuries, and you replace it with cash, so now that bank can go to a CEO, give them money free, and the CEO can buy their own shares to push their stock price from 20 up to 100 when it's not worth even 20 because it's not going up on earnings. Now, they can't. The problem for the Fed is that when they buy those assets from the banks to give them cash, so that they have cash to go give to the banks, when they buy those assets, they put them on their balance sheet. But here's the problem. When it's on their balance sheet and the balance sheet gets up to the top, if another emergency comes, like another crash, and their balance sheet is filled like it is now, there's no room to go do what they did in 2008, 2009, another QE. They can't do that. There's no room. That's where we are today. We're very dangerous. We're at that top. Now, why can't they just sell those? Why can't they just take those assets and sell it and go from $8 trillion down to 500,000? They can't. That's the problem. They won't tell you. That's called tightening. When they sell, let's say they're going to sell $2 million worth of assets, or $2 trillion worth of. Let's say you got 20 million or 8 million, and they're going to sell 2 million. The problem is when they sell the 2 million, they're paying fixed rate interest on the balance of the assets on their balance sheet. That's right. They're paying par. They're paying interest rates that are high. So you see, it's not as easy as, well, okay, we have $8 trillion on our balance sheet. Let's get rid of it. We'll sell it. We'll bring it from $8 trillion down to $2 trillion, and then we'll start QE all over again. We got plenty of room. No. See, they won't tell you the truth. No, it's not how it works. And so they can sell the $2 trillion, but the problem is interest rates are going up when they do that because they got to pay a fixed rate on the remaining assets. They'll never tell you the truth about that. They're a bunch of liars. They won't tell you the truth. Won't tell you the truth. It's unbelievable, isn't it? What's the other cut we had? I think we have one more cut. Let me see if I can find it.
There will be bank failures, but this is not the big banks. If you look at the very big banks, it's not a first-order issue for any of the very large banks. It's more.
Stop driving me nuts. Oh, don't worry. It's just the little banks, just the little regional banks. They don't count. Only Jamie Dimon's bank counts. Only Citi. Citi and Jamie Dimon, who control 73% of the Federal Reserve. I work for those guys. That's all that counts. The little guys, regional banks, 8,000 of them. Don't worry. Are you kidding? Regional banks keep the country together. Regional banks. They're the backbone of our economy. You're not going to go to Citibank. You're not going to go into Jamie Dimon, J.P. Morgan, and go and start. You're starting a business. You want to go in and borrow $500,000? What are you, nuts? It's the regional banks that keep the small business, that create small businesses, that finance small businesses. The small businesses, the backbone of our country. The small businesses create all the jobs. All the jobs come from small businesses, not from Apple, not from NVIDIA, but from small businesses. We got over, I don't know how many banks are ready to go belly up. we got right now, next Monday, it's going to be really interesting to see when March 11th come, how many of these, are they going to roll over? Are they going to roll over the banks? Because remember, everybody, all the CEOs who borrowed money from the government, they got to pay it back. They got to pay it back on Monday. The Rescue Act, the Bank Rescue Act, they got to pay it back. But they don't have the money to pay them back. So what are they going to do? Are they going to let all the banks just go down? And then what are they going to do? Are they going to turn around and drop interest rates to zero? They can't. I just told you they can't because they don't have enough room on their balance sheet to do that. See what the problem is? They're never honest with you. So let's say they said, okay, we're not going to help these banks. If they can't pay us up, we're going to let them go down. But no, we'll turn around and we'll drop interest rates to zero. And we'll pump up the stock market again. Got a little problem there. You can't print money, go to the 5 biggest banks, buy all their assets, their treasuries and their mortgage-backed securities and put it on your balance sheet. And now they got the cash to go to the CEO of a company and say, oh, take the money I'm giving you, just buy your own shares. Don't buy any equipment, don't do any business investment. Just keep buying your own shares so the stock price goes up. They can't do that because the balance sheet is tapped out. So Powell's a liar. He's a bull-faced liar. You know, Powell, remember, he's a lawyer. He's not an economist. He's not a CPA. He's not even a bookkeeper. He knows nothing. He knows nothing. He's a lawyer, for God's sakes. Can you imagine putting a lawyer in charge of the Federal Reserve? He knows nothing about finance. Nothing. You don't put a lawyer in charge. You don't put a lawyer in charge of anything except a legal case, for God's sakes. That's it. Put him in court. That's where he belongs. But for a lawyer to run the Federal Reserve, are we out of our minds? Paul, why do you think everything's so screwed up? Powell has done a terrible job by letting stock prices go from $100 to $400. He should be fired. See, that's the problem. In the last 14 years, you got a stock that was always around $50 to $80, is now $400. You can't even hardly find a stock. It lets you go to a pink sheet, but you can't find a stock anywhere anymore for under $25, even under $50. If you find one, it's a crap company. But that's what they did. The inflation's hit these prices of stocks. So these prices of stocks are so high now, we're in a total momentum market. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Playing a momentum market's fun, and the market will just keep going up. But the downside is you got to be able to anticipate and read when that market's going to go down very quickly. So it's like you're driving, it's like you're on a bike and you're on the Grand Canyon and you're right on the very, very edge. Your tires, if it just goes over a centimeter, you'll fall off the cliff. That's where we are today. Think of us as we're driving along the Grand Canyon, and our tires on our bike is like a centimeter away from falling off the cliff. But it's fun because the momentum, my God, you just keep going and going and going, and and that's what's going on with stock. You just keep going and going and going, but then it's over. And if you have the skills to identify in advance when it's over, because remember, the stock market's forward-looking. And for people who are really good investors and traders, they know how to anticipate what's going on. And so they're going to be out of the market, then turn and be ready to short the market to make a fortune on the way down. Remember, shorting, you make fortunes. Stocks going up, you make a living. Nothing like shorting stocks when the markets are crashing. Because there's nothing stopping them from going down. It's just sheer panic selling, just sheer panic selling. And if you know what you do and you can anticipate when that stock's going to turn and start going down, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. In the meantime, let's just sit back and keep riding the look at the momentum stocks we're in. We're up like 25%, 30%. You know, we're in American Express. We're in J.P. Morgan. God, we got all these beautiful stocks. GE, that one just keeps going up every day. But they're on momentum, not earnings, pure momentum. Join our gang, and you'll know when to get out, and you'll know when to change your position and make money on the way back down.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make